They say the Cotswolds are some of the most beautiful countryside in England, but beauty can hide secrets. In the golden stone and quiet lanes, something lingers. Welcome to Ghosts of the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds is an area of outstanding natural beauty in the south of England, in the United Kingdom. Famous for its gentle rolling hills, picturesque villages and market towns, and many of England's greatest stately homes and manor houses. But it is also home to some of the most haunted places in England. Millions of people from all over the world visit the Cotswolds to soak in the gorgeous honey-toned limestone buildings from a bygone age. But there is much more to the Cotswolds than genteel landscapes and beautiful buildings. As we will discover in this series, this region is home to an unusually high volume of paranormal activity. Much of it may look like something from a fairy tale, but we're here to share stories from the darker side of the Cotswolds. The area is abound with ghostly tales we will explore, from apparitions of kings and noble lords, all the way through to the terror of murderous butlers and headless horsemen. The time has come for you to journey with us to explore ghosts of the Cotswolds. Nestled in the gentle embrace of the Windrush Valley lies Burford, a town of honey-colored stone and timeless charm. To the casual visitor, it's the picture of pastoral peace, but beneath its medieval rooftops and beside its slow-running river, linger the echoes of old sorrows, whispered legends, and lives that never left. This is Burford, gateway to the Cotswolds, and if tales are to be believed, a gateway to something else entirely. Just outside the center of town stands Burford Priory, once an Augustinian hospital, later a Carthusian monastery, then a private estate. The stones have changed hands, but the stories remain. Within these walls, staff and visitors alike have seen a spectral monk, always silent, always solitary. He walks the corridors in a brown robe, vanishing before the eye can settle. Sometimes he appears in the chapel, gazing into the rafters as if listening to a chant long since silenced. But he is not alone. The priory grounds are also said to be haunted by a former gamekeeper, shot dead in a dispute centuries ago. His apparition, clutching a flintlock pistol, is seen pacing the garden paths at dusk. More than one witness has reported feeling the sudden presence of a man standing behind them, only to turn and find empty air. Whether monk or murderer, both souls seem bound to this patch of sacred land, caught between devotion and vengeance. May 1649. The Civil War is over, but its fury is not. In Burford, soldiers of Cromwell's own new model army, known as the Levellers, had mutinied over unpaid wages and broken promises. They were captured, marched to Burford, and imprisoned in the church. In the early hours of May 17th, 3 of them were dragged outside and shot. Local lore says their restless spirits never left. Churchgoers have heard whispered prayers in an empty nave. Others report muffled marching footsteps behind them, yet turn to find no one. One former vicar refused to enter the church alone after nightfall. Every year on Levellers' Day, their names are read aloud where they died, as if to remind the town that injustice is never forgotten. Burford's history as a coaching town means it is blessed, or perhaps cursed, with many ancient inns. The Bay Tree Hotel is among the finest, but for those who sleep in room 4, not always the most restful. Guests have reported a presence in the room, a weight upon the bed, the feeling of hands at the throat. Some believe it to be the ghost of a highwayman, hanged for his crimes and buried in unconsecrated ground nearby. One American couple fled in the night after waking to a figure looming over them. Others find their luggage moved, mirrors misted with a single handprint. The hotel keeps no official record, but the staff know the tales. Sir Lawrence Tanfield, 17th century judge and landowner, feared in life and, some say, feared even more in death. Locals accused him of cruelty, evictions, and extortion. After his death, legend claims that he and his wife were condemned to ride forever in a coach ablaze with hellfire, a harbinger of doom for those who see it. Older residents of Burford speak of the Tanfield coach rattling across the countryside in the small hours. Sometimes it is seen at the edge of the Windrush. Other times it simply appears, then vanishes in a burst of sparks. Legend says a group of clergymen once trapped Lady Tanfield's spirit in a glass bottle and cast it into the river. But rivers shift, bottles break, and perhaps she is not so trapped after all. 3 cottages stood here once, small, quiet, ordinary, until the ghost came. The first family fled after hearing unexplained banging and a furniture shifting in the night. The second reported objects flying across rooms. The third saw a figure of mist form in the kitchen and vanish through the wall. The ghost seemed to move house by house, as if searching for someone or something. No priest could calm it. Eventually, all 3 cottages were abandoned and later demolished. The site now stands empty, and very few choose to walk through it after dark. On misty nights near Burford Bridge, a pale figure has been seen drifting silently across the stone path, before vanishing into the river. Some say she was a miller's daughter, drowned in grief. Others claim she was a jilted bride, abandoned at the altar. No one knows her name, but those who see her feel an overwhelming sorrow and an urge to follow. One local man, in the 1970s, reported stopping his car for a woman in white, only to watch her walk straight through the hedge and disappear. In Burford, the past is not a distant country. It is a presence, sometimes kind, sometimes cruel, but always watching. Join us next time as we journey deeper into the haunted heart of England's countryside, uncovering the secrets of ghosts of the Cotswolds. Please subscribe to this channel to be alerted to the next episode of Ghosts of the Cotswolds.